Hi, this is Patti Stryker with Exit Real Estate Results. Welcome to my channel. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I post videos every Friday, and let's get started.
Hi there, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. It's nice to see you. It's been too long.
I know, it's been like forever. Just trying to figure out the Zoom thing. I'm like, says she joined, and then no, I can't see, but now you're here.
Yes, I grabbed some water real quick, so.
Oh, you're fine.
Awesome. All right.
So thank you for coming on. I wanted to start bringing on people that I work with and start explaining their services and sort of build up my YouTube channel. So if anybody has any questions about like other services that they would encounter with buying or selling, then, they can hop on and watch the video and see what it's like.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So just keeping it easy, but just explaining like why it's a good time to buy. And I mean, I feel like interest rates are ridiculous. So that would be my first thing.
We joke now that we're kind of going into October that they're scary low right now. It is so amazing where interest rates are. So to kind of put it in perspective, a lot of people, especially the millennials, haven't seen the high rates that some of us others have seen over the years. So like in the 70s, we were in the high 8s. In the 80s, we were in the 12s. In the 90s, we were in the 8s again, the 2000s and the 6s. And then from 2010 on, we've kind of been around, between, I think the highest we've ever seen was 5. So in perspective, if you look over the years, it's incredible where we are now to be in the 2s, and possibly 3s, just depending on credit score and loan program. But to put it in perspective, like if you were buying a home a year ago and you had a rate in the 4s, getting like a $300,000 loan, for instance, at a rate in the 4s, you would have been looking at a payment of like $1,448, where today it would be in the 1200s, around $1,270. So that's a savings of $178 a month.
Yeah.
So that you could save, or you could look at it and say, you know what, I could buy $35,000 more home for that same price. So depending on how you look at it. So that's how amazing it is right now to take advantage of the rates. Or if, someone owns a home and wants to refinance, another reason to refinance as well. But you can definitely get more home financed for the money. There are still homes out there for sale, I know, and you can speak to this, but I know we've heard rumors that are like, oh, there's just nothing up for sale right now. Well, we have clients, our company as a whole, we're just setting records right now with contracts coming in new home purchase loans that we're doing because it is such an incredible market. So from that standpoint with interest rates, it's a great time to buy.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt. Are you saying new homes or just new purchases?
New purchases. I mean, we do a few new homes here and there, but not most as far as new homes or new construction goes. We have a couple that we're working with now, but usually the bigger builders have their own mortgage company that they typically own or have an affiliated business arrangement. So they'll have, a package deal where they can get upgrades or assistance with closing costs if they use their preferred lender. So it just depends on the situation. So if it's a situation where maybe that builder's finance company can't assist or doesn't have the program available that we do, we can step in. And then the smaller builders where we already have clients pre-approved, they're allowing for them to go ahead and move forward with us. So like I have one right now, their lender doesn't do much with VA, and it's a funky situation. So we're doing that one too. But no, mainly purchases of existing homes are what we're seeing right now. People buying a new home to them, should we say?
Right. Yeah. No, the reason why I asked this is I'm seeing like a little bit of like just a slight shift in people looking at new homes rather than the regular resale homes because of having low inventory, and they're like, well, I might as well get a brand new house. Like I've had people like that, like where they're just like, frustrated about, having to go in and do, multiple offer situation, depending on what area they are. I would say that's everywhere, but you know.
Yeah, and it does, because if there are new construction options in the area where they're looking, I can see where someone would go for that.
Yeah.
I have noticed, just as a trend, that having a pre-approval letter from a local lender definitely helps
Mm,
with getting an offer accepted versus having an online lending company or a
yeah.
bank that's out of the area. So I've been in business doing mortgages, I can't believe, for 26 years now. I'm like, oh my gosh, I started when I was 12. But so having a good reputation and working for a company that has a great reputation, I think has helped our clients too
Yeah.
in a multiple offer situation with getting their offer accepted. We
Good.
don't write pre-qualification letters. Our letter is a strong pre-approval letter, and
Mm,
we welcome for the realtors to call us with any questions, or if it's a multiple offer situation, especially, I will pick up the phone and call the listing agent as
yeah.
well. And sometimes that makes all the difference.
Yeah. I'm
So
sure feel
knowing, that the client has, their seller has peace of mind that the deal's going to close and it's going
yeah.
to close on time. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I could see that,
Mhm.
especially like I've had some people that turned to for sale by owner because of losing out like on a loan, that didn't go through or,
Right.
qualify. And so that's something else that I'm trying to bring to people who do have like unlisted listings,
Mhm.
where I'm letting them know, hey, we're going to pre-qualify or pre-approve, I should say, our buyers to come in with a strong offer rather than
Right.
having just somebody on the street come in your house and make an offer, that may not be strong. Um, okay, cool.
And
And
especially with COVID right now, because I mean, obviously, since the government has stepped in since the mortgage crisis of 2006, a lot has changed for us. So
yeah,
one of the big things that the government instilled is the ability to repay. That we
right.
have to be able to document that these borrowers can repay their mortgage. So they have to have a source of income. So we are going to check to make sure they're working, that they weren't furloughed. And that's one of the things we go over too, because how heartbreaking for someone, to have their home off the market and then find out that people didn't even have a job or were furloughed and they weren't back to work. So that is one of the things that we're looking at.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing a trend where clients that maybe were furloughed back in April, they're all going back to work now if they haven't already. So they're
Oh,
back in the market too. So that's a great sign.
that's
So we're starting to see, as far as a recovery here in Central Florida, at least we're starting to see some positivity within the job market here as far as that goes too.
yeah. No, that's great to hear.
Hmm.
I was hoping that that would be a better trend
Yes.
going forward, that people are
Yeah.
able to see that.
Especially for those hit by COVID, those in
Yeah.
hospitality and yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. To either get their job or, get another job like going.
Exactly.
And what are you guys typically offer as far as um, the credit rating to go in? Like, what is the qualification? Just a basis? Like, do they have to be?
So, right. And it does depend on the loan program that we're looking at, but they need to have a minimum of a 620 credit score
Okay.
typically. But obviously, the higher credit score, the better their interest rate's going to be. And if there's
Yeah.
mortgage insurance involved, the lower their mortgage insurance would be with a higher score.
Okay.
620 is our minimum.
Because what I'm thinking too is that maybe some renters might be looking at this as an alternative to, say that they've been renting for a while and thinking about it, and now's the time
Right.
for rates to come in,
So just the average rents here in Central Florida are about $1,400 a month, and
Mhm.
they increase about 10% a year. So just looking at that, I went over this with a client of mine yesterday, who's an engineer at Lockheed, just started, hasn't, new graduate, started working there, and his lease is coming to an end. So if
Mhm.
you pay $1,400 in rent, doing the math, that's $16,800 a year. Over 5 years, that's $84,000. And what do you have at the end of that? And that's if your rent didn't go up, like if it stayed
Yeah.
steady at 1,400.
Yeah.
So for a lot of people, they're like, oh, I'm afraid to buy. Well, with rates so low, what do you have to lose? I mean, that is crazy to rent for 5 years and part with $81,000 in
Mhm.
best case scenario, and then you don't even have anything when you can invest in yourself and in a home.
Yeah.
So I think that's eye-opening. That should be very eye-opening for a lot of first-time home buyers.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm seeing, like some people reaching out that, we work through with our brokerage that, they were coming in trying to ask about home prices, which we thought were sellers, but they're like, no, we want to buy now because
Oh,
we're
wow.
renting this place. And
Yeah.
it was just a unique situation that
Hmm.
we're seeing leads come in like kind of backwards, where we're like, okay, we're not selling you your house, but you want to live in the rental that you're in. So that would be an easy move,
Yes, exactly. You don't even have to pack, right? That's pretty nice.
Yeah. And for them, they need to fix their credit. So that was another thing I was going to mention was, do you
Mhm.
give them tips or like suggestions on fixing credit?
We do a complimentary consultation with all of our clients, and we can go over their credit with them. Depending on how involved the issues are with their credit, we'll work up a plan with them. Or
Okay.
if it's really involved and they have a lot going on, we do have a credit counseling service that's a legitimate credit counseling service that we can refer them to.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen too many. That's why I asked too. I was like, if you have
Hmm.
somebody that you can refer, if it's really
Yes.
bad, then they can.
Yes. Harry Snedden with Score Crafters is amazing. So
Yeah. Is it like a credit consolidation, or is it a credit like repair
counseling, like he
counseling?
consults and helps them with their credit.
Oh, okay,
So mhm,
that's good.
yes.
Okay. And so what, I think that's all I really had for today, honestly.
Okay.
I think that, just putting out there that rates are really ridiculous, like ridiculously low right now. I know I refinanced my home with you guys and it was great,
Hmm.
but I kind of wish I
Thank
would have
you.
waited a couple months. Like,
Who
because
would have thought? You got a great rate too, but who
oh,
would
it
have
was
thought? I mean, it's
awesome
just
rate.
incredible what's happening
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
So
And what I'd like to say too about you and your service is that once we get to that closing table, like you guys organize everything, and I've never seen any other lender do this though, but those little binders that you put together for
yes,
them, because I have people like it's like every year they go back and they're like, wait a minute, I need to look at my survey for this, or they're working on their house for this, and it's all organized for them,
yes,
and it gives
yes.
them like such a good feeling when they leave too. So,
Great. Thank you. I know now things are a little different. They don't allow us to go to all the closings. So
yeah.
now we have to mail the books on some occasions. So I miss that, being there in person. But those that we can attend, we go to. But if not, they're still getting their binder. It's just coming to them in the mail.
Yeah.
So it
That's
is a
just a
great
little perk
go-to
that
book to
I
keep
love, that
organized.
that
Yeah.
customer service, and that you're really responsive. Like if anyone, is going to get an approval or anything like that, like
Yes.
the team that's on it, if, one's not, like, because I mean, obviously you can't handle everyone coming in.
Right.
But you have a whole team that's like, okay, we'll respond by the end of the day, like
Yes.
it's
We joke
amazing.
like it takes a village, and it really does. So yes, we work together. People can either call in, they can text, they can email. We have a link that's an easy loan app that they can do online in a couple of minutes and get that over to us. So we try to be, as accommodating as possible. And now with COVID, most of their documents, even at closing, they can sign electronically. There's just a couple documents that they have to physically sign that have to be notarized. We're trying to do everything we can to help streamline the process and just make
Yeah.
it easier for everybody.
Oh, that's great. So that
Yes.
way it eliminates that big stack of paper.
Exactly. And you can click, click, click. It's easier on the wrist too.
No, for sure. Well, awesome. Well, I appreciate you hopping on,
You're
and like I said,
welcome.
I just want to continue educating. Maybe we'll get together with specific loan types next
That
time,
would be
and we can go
fantastic.
through the
Sure.
process. Because right now I'm working on advocating for veterans. I know I
Hmm.
told you about some veterans who were questioning their eligibility and going
Hmm.
through all that. Like, and it's a different animal. So like
It
each
is.
person is different in their cases. So that was something that just the common misconceptions that maybe we can go over next time.
Hmm. That would be great. And we do underwrite, like all of our underwriting is in-house, including VA underwriters we have in-house, which is
Right.
nice with being a direct lender. And we help a lot of veterans get into homes. So
Yeah.
that is close to my heart too. So I would love to do that.
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay.
Well, I hope you have a good day, and thank
You
you.
too. And if I can help with anything else, let me know.
Okay.
All right. Thanks,
Great.
Patti.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.